NHL Nightly with your host, the sports, a.k.a. Peter Lebowski, a.k.a. Jeremiah Maxwell. And with him, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, and Rico and Barry. Hey, everybody. Welcome to NHL Nightly. I'm Jeremiah Maxwell, a.k.a. the Sports Beard, a.k.a. Peter Lebowski. This is NHL Nightly. With me, as always, maybe Pearlo, Wisdom, Handicap Extraordinaire, Rico and Barry, Goal, Scott, Shoring, Mooring, Dynamo. Goal, Scott, Prop, Dynamo, Rico and Barry. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Good, buddy.
Hey, my apologies for being late. We have a little show news. We will be announcing something huge this weekend for the fans of this channel. It's going to be cool. Many of it will be familiar to you. Some of it will not, but we hope you follow us over to that platform. We'll still be on YouTube. We'll still be on X. We'll still be on Instagram. We'll still be on my Twitch, but we'll be moving to a new YouTube channel. We will announce that this weekend. So be looking for that. It's going to be awesome. And going forward after this week, NHL Nightly will be going back to 10 p.m. Eastern. Can't tell you all the details, but that's the stuff we can tell you right now. So moving on up to this is a big deal for us. So, I think today has been an incredible day at NHL, boys. I don't know about you, but what in the heck? This San Jose Sharks, if this was the only game today that was like this, Rangers looked dominant against Ottawa. Looked like Ottawa might have had their rookie party in New York or something, because they may have been a little bit slow on the ice tonight. Something didn't look right there. I got that from Martian, who's a big Ottawa Senators fan, and he does a show. He's had Biz, and he had Johnny Laz for his intermission breaks about them. They didn't look bad in the first, but Rangers look best I've seen all year. They're back. I think they're 8-3. Yeah, they're pretty good. Their last 10 or 11 doing real well. Speaking of teams that are on fire, the Montreal Canadiens, 13 of their last 16. 13 of their last 17, excuse me. They are down 2-0 to Tampa Bay. I'm like, oh, this is going to be an onslaught from Tampa Bay. Nope, Montreal gets it tied. Not only do they tie it, they win it in regulation 3-2. They score with 2 minutes left in the third. Jake Evans, 11th career goal on the season, and he scored the game winner in Tampa when they beat him there earlier in the thing. Boy, and I don't know what it is about Montreal. Like, they get up for those games. The crowd was booing Kucherov like every time he touched the puck. I guess they hate him from when he took his shirt off and beat their ass in the Stanley Cup Finals because they had no business. Thanks, Toronto, for that. And then I don't want to bury the biggest story in hockey, but McDavid got 3, Myers got 3. Okay. Do you guys remember in 1987 when Dave Brown cross-checked Tomas Sandstrom of the Rangers? Do you guys remember what that he cross-checked him and get you penalty? You remember how big that extension was in 1987? When men were men and they wore tinfoil on their knuckles and the cheap shots were many, and it was what did they give Dave Brown in 1980?
It was like 15 games or something.
Exactly. Pearlo nailed it. 15 games. Dude, like if you I'm going to quote Pierre Maguire. Yes, Pierre Maguire said something today I heard. I was like, I'm starting to come around to you, Pierre Maguire. This was he goes, I never saw, he thought the McDavid suspension 3 games was fine. He goes, I never saw Mario Lemieux cross-check somebody in the face. All the abuse he took in the 80s and 90s, he said he never saw him cross-check somebody in the face. I think it's a douche move. And look, Tyler Myers deserved what he got too. Now, this is what I like. They both have a history. Tyler Myers hadn't been suspended in over 10 years. McDavid had been like 5. I think 100%, and I said this when we had the conversation about the McDavid elbow to Johansson, because Johansson did nothing. It wasn't even, he didn't need to do it. That was the whole thing I didn't understand. And then the victim blaming that went on that made me sick to my stomach, regardless of McDavid did it on purpose, whatever. It doesn't matter. I said, look, the people that were doing it, I said, this is bad karma. It's bad. The hockey gods are going to sort this karma out. And if I would have told you something bad's going to happen to McDavid or he's going to get suspended, people laugh at me. I think I did say something. And here he is on a 3-game suspension. And look, like, I want to see McDavid play. Yeah, I want the Caps to win here. But I want to see McDavid play. And like the announcer said today, they're like, we want to witness the best players in the world. So, anyway, are you guys have anything you want to say on that stupid thing? I'm so done with hearing about it at this point.
Well, I shouldn't have been playing if he would have been listening to me. He wouldn't even have been in the game. That elbow was a game, and he shouldn't have been in there. And, you get away with something like that, and then your head gets big, and somebody tackles you down, and next thing you know, you feel like you're impervious, and that's the way. That's why you give 1-game suspensions when you purposely stick out your elbow and hit somebody in the head. Oh, I got away with it. Maybe I'll get away with this. Boom, 3 games.
And I get people are like, oh, there was a call. Okay, but here's the thing. You're the officials. And I think Chris Rooney and the boisterous one, why can't I think of his name? Used to be a player, Wes McCauley. I think those two are good officials. And here's my thing. Yes, okay, they see McDavid get a holding, but Edmonton possesses the puck, right? They already have their goalie pulled. Even if he raises his arm, you're not going to stop the game. There was 10 seconds left, and Edmonton had the puck. I don't know what they wanted there. Like, I guess they could have got one last face-off on a 5-on-4 or a 6-on-4 because it would have been down a man. But I also think what Garland did wasn't even that bad. First of all, McDavid gets him on the ground first and is laying on him. Yes, does Garland grab him? But how does McDavid not get out of that? Essentially, he makes it worse by not getting up quick enough. And I don't know, man. It was like, and then I thought what Garland did was just like the smart thing to do. It was like, he's mugging him. I go, it's kind of hard to say that 5'10", 165-pound Connor Garland mugging McDavid. It kind of looked like a midget on a basketball player, to be honest with you. Garland's a small guy compared to McDavid. Like, McDavid should be able to bench press a house the size of 3 Garlands. I'm just saying, like, whatever. So, and, I thought Myers deserved it too. I think if Myers doesn't react at all, nothing happens to him. I think if they just get a little, like, if he did a little cross check to like his thigh or something, he'd have been fine. They both was stupid, but David didn't need to do it either. So they got him, and he got the 3 games, and now he has a pretty sordid history. He's been suspended twice now, and he's been fined before. So, and then I'm telling you, man, I heard from sources that Bill Guerin was not happy, and that they're like Minnesota made a call to the league. And don't think for a minute, the people that think that he was, by the way, the whole thing buried in this whole thing was Marcus Johansson went on the IR for concussion because he got one. The whole thing buried in this whole thing was Marcus Johansson went on the IR. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. So anyway, we're done with that. Let's move on from the suspension thing. Do you guys think it was too much, not enough? Give your opinion, or we can move on. Rico, you look like me. I was so tired of hearing it by the end of the day. I was like, please,
I'm
God.
done. Move on.
I thought it was going to be 2, but I think 3's fine. I mean,
I think the general consensus was, Jeff Merrick was the first one to say he thought it was going to be 4. And when he said it, he thought it was going to make it 4. I was like, damn, he's going to get more than he expected. Florida just went up 2-1 on Anaheim. Predators just scored an empty net goal to make it 7-5. Jeez, man. Okay. Sorry. Closing that out. Is there another game going that I'm missing?
Buffalo, Vancouver. Buffalo's up 1-0.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm going to take off this one then. I didn't. I knew I was
Yeah,
missing one.
they moved Kulik to the top line too, so everybody started jumping on his goal props, and he dropped from plus 500 to plus 350 within like 15 minutes.
Did you get him at plus 500? Oh, you had
Plus
him early.
470.
Plus 850 this morning because he's been shooting 6 times a game, and it's got to go in eventually. So I had him at plus 850. Hope he scores. Did he score?
No, he assisted on the Tage Thompson goal, but it's close. He's getting his shots. So
yeah, I picked I put a bet out with you guys today too. I said take Ryan Nugent Hopkins for a point because he's had like 10 points in the last 12 games
tonight.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, McDavid's out, so they got Draisaitl on the second line. They got Hyman with Nugent Hopkins and Jeff Skinner on the top line. Yeah, so we're mixing it up a bit.
Oh, they got an ODR in New Orleans. Somebody's skating around. It's crazy here right now, dude. It's 35 today.
I saw in Houston too. It's snowing like a madman. New Orleans, like all those right around the Gulf of America. Right around the Gulf of America.
I'll show the chat. I'll show the chat here.
Isn't it called the Gulf of America now? It's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore.
What?
Isn't it called the Gulf of America, not the Gulf of Mexico anymore?
I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you right now, everybody in Alaska is going to call Denali. Don't matter what your political party is. That's what they call it there. It's Denali National Park. The mountain's called Denali. No one's going to call it what he wants us to call it. It's weird. I don't even know why they did it. This is the only political it's the only political talk we'll have ever, but I don't get it, boys. I don't get it. Oh, I just bookmarked it. Where is it? Huh. Well, okay. Oh, all right. I can search. All right. He tweeted it out. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Okay. While I'm rest in peace to Tom McVie, former coach, right? And then Dan McCord, a linesman who officiated over 1,600 games, I think. It was a lot. Both those guys passed away, so that was a tough one. Yeah, okay, here we go. All right. I'll share it with you guys. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Can you guys see it? You see the dude skating around? Here, let me
Oh yeah.
That's wicked.
Yeah, we've been skating a bunch, man. Let me see if I tweeted it out. You guys saw it, right? You saw.
Holy moly, the over is almost hitting in the first period in Anaheim tonight.
Oh yeah, 3-2 all of a sudden.
Wanting to take it,
dude.
That I didn't take it because what's his name in goal for?
Slide on the screen a little bit, Pearlo.
Go Stahl.
Pearlo, you're not in the shot. Slide to your right a little bit. There you go. I gotta figure out a way I can message you, little buzzer. Move. Walkie-talkie.
I've got a big 75-inch TV coming in on Wednesday and my desk and everything, so you won't have to have that problem.
Oh damn, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
75-incher, huh? You can get
Pearlo's
a 75.
Pimping. Pearlo's Fort Wayne pimping.
Dude, I have an 85. I have an 85. Not to one up you. I have an 85-inch TV. Not to one up you.
Mine's bigger than yours, Pearlo.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is I'm in here watching it on my computer screens almost all the time now, so my TV never gets used.
I know, right? I'll probably watch it on my laptop most of the time.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. Well, because I can get so many more games. I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. And if I split, and I could even do one here, so that's 9. But really it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could do 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
5, 6.
Oh no, that's a replay, is it?
12. I could do 12. Miller almost got traded. Yes, that was wild. That one went by me this weekend, you guys. I missed that. Did you guys see that news? I didn't even have that down. I've kind of gone through my list of stuff that I had, other than Vegas losing 6 straight. We hadn't talked about that, but what about this Miller thing? What do you think?
Boys, I think there's a bizarre love triangle there between Pedersen, Tocchet, and Miller. Like there's a love-hate relationship between all three of them, it seems. Like
So the benching was not a benching. And the player benched himself is what it sounded like. Rick Tocchet said on the record, he was like, yeah, he didn't like what he was doing. And he just went down to he told him blah, 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 or whatever. But he was like, I didn't bench him. He just went all the way down. So he benched himself. Like, have you ever in the history of ever heard of a player benching themselves? I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah, it's happened a couple times. Yeah. Trying to think who it was. It'll come to me as we're talking. There's a couple.
What's up, Darkness? What's up, Avi? What's up, Saad? Thank you, all you guys, for being in here. We got a lot of people in here, man, between X and YouTube. So appreciate you guys. Yeah, anyway, this situation is getting weird. Yeah, wait, Avi. JT Miller benched himself. Tocchet came out today. I'm not making this up, folks. You can look it up. You can find the interview with Rick Tocchet, which was like, he's like, yeah, he benched himself. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Anyway, how would you like to be a San Jose Sharks fan? Tonight you had a lead. Of 5-1, and you lost to the Nashville Predators. I mean, good on the Preds. And honestly, the Sharks they're going to be a lottery team. But they're
on a long road trip. Sharks are in a bad spot on a long road trip. They got young legs, but they died off in the second half of this game. And Gorgiev let in some whompers.
They're not playing any up on the D. You could just tell, like, if Will Smith doesn't lose his guy, they don't get a tap in. Like, it's just like simple stuff that's basic stuff. They're making mistakes.
Gorgiev let in a couple crappy ones. That sixth goal that Nashville scored, I've seen passes harder than that shot that was on goal.
Yeah,
like when Celebrini pulled it over the net, it was like
that's why Colorado instantaneously looks like a 3 times the better team since they got rid of him.
God.
And look, you know what? That dude ruined Tony DeAngelo's NHL career. And for what? Because Tony DeAngelo should be playing in the NHL. He was terrible. I'm wondering if he is going to get it.
He will be.
I think he deserves to be. He deserves to be. He wasn't even bad for Carolina last year. They didn't play him that much, but he should be. With the defense I'm seeing, he would be. There's some teams that could use him. You know who could use him? Edmonton. Mm-hmm. I do say, though, I want to retract a little bit on Klingberg. If he can skate and he's fine, he's going to help them. Because he's going to take any additional pressure off Nurse to play any offensive time at all. Nurse doesn't need to be on there at all. Then Nurse could focus on being on the PK and just being a regular 4th D. So I think that if Klingberg and he could move the puck up quick, like that's going to only help Edmonton. They're already so gifted offensively.
Low risk move.
Yeah, I mean, it costs him nothing. So
if they play him and he can play, gotta play him with that goal. Gotta play him with that.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, because I think Bouchard and Ekholm have been playing together so much, though, you know. And honestly, it might not hurt if he's playing that well, Pearlo. It might not hurt to take a little bit of pressure off Bouchard. What is it? What's going on? Come sit on your bed, then. It's in the middle of the show. My dog, KP, is just like, see Bones coming in. All right. Oh, you love my play-by-plays Saturday? Oh, thanks, Sod. Yeah, well, and this announcement that we're going to have this weekend, I'll be doing a little bit more of that. So I'll be doing some live streams, probably a lot of Leaf games. I think we'll be doing a lot of Leaf games. So that helps the old numbers with the subscribers. So I'll be rocking the Doug Gilmore and being like, go Leafs, go Leafs, go. So, and maybe Rico and Pearlo pop on from time to time. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll be bringing the skates to Ottawa this weekend. I'll be skating down the 8-kilometer canal right to the city of Ottawa. So the canal's open. And we've never done it before, so we're going to bring the skates with us. And
sweet. How long is that?
A little rip. It's 7.8 kilometers, and it's fully open. There's bars along the way, and there's beaver tails and all these little things like right along the canal.
What's a beaver tail?
Beaver tail is like a pastry with a whole bunch of different toppings. Like they make different things on them. So
it looks like flat. It looks like a beaver tail. A lot of times.
Are you going to the Leafs Sens game? Are you going to the Leafs Sens game?
If I'm going to refresh Ticketmaster about 2 hours up to the game, because my wife's sister's husband said, the ticket prices are still high. You want to go to an Ottawa 67s game? He asked me that tonight. They're playing Saginaw. I'm like, okay, we could maybe go do that if the tickets go down.
Hey, Lucy, we're going to have a big announcement. So be watching this coming weekend. We have a huge announcement. We're moving to a big platform. So big news, big news. Thanks for being with. Hope you're doing well in Texas. I bet you have more snow than we do. I have no snow about here right now. It was 35 degrees today. It's wild, man. We don't have any snow on the ground here. Basically, it's just ice. All the snow is melted down into ice, and there's no snow on the lake. It hailed today. It was such weird. It's like so weird. It's weird as shit. Now it is getting snow other areas of Alaska for sure, but just like this Anchorage area, because of where we are by the ocean, and it's nuts the weather we're having. Because I talked to my cousin who lives in Huntsville, Texas, because I saw the snow and ice, which we showed earlier. We could pop back on. This is in New Orleans. You can see the skating in the New Orleans craziness. It snowed today, 30s and topless weather for you guys. Yeah, I don't know if it's topless. You don't see too many people going topless in Alaska, Lucy. I'll tell you that. You mean like no shirts on? You'll see some men from time to time do. I mean, I do it all summer, but yeah, no, you don't see the topless too much up here. Still gets pretty cold most of the time. So yeah, but we have not had cold weather, man. We haven't had a winter. It's been crazy.
Yeah, we're in like a snap cold right now. Like it's like minus 20, minus 25 here. Polar vortex, they're calling it.
It's cold.
Yeah, I heard.
It sounds like a ride at Canada's Wonderland.
Dude, Merrick had Pierre Maguire on the other day, and he said that, and Pierre came on, and he couldn't stay on because I guess it was so damn cold there. Like his internet didn't work, and he's in Montreal. He's like in a big ass city, but I didn't know it got that cold. We had snow on the beach. This never happens. Yeah, Lucy, I remember North Texas getting some snow. I've seen snow at Cowboys games and stuff in the past. I'm not old enough to remember, but I know it's like once every 20 years. I've never seen ice skating in New Orleans. I saw what I saw Florida, like snow and palm trees. I was like, holy Nikes. 15 degrees there in Mass. No shit. That's dude, Avi, it was 35 today. It's 34 degrees right now in Anchorage. Like that is warm. Yeah, and it was a high of 35. It's only going to get down to 29. I can tell you that in late summer we'll get 30, 40, 35 at night. Sometimes it'll get that cold. So like, yeah. But because
Sod knows what it's at. Sod knows what it's at. Minus 30 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Back home Sod, it was minus 34.
Sod, where are you at? Sod, where are you at? Are you in Ontario, Sod? It's currently -2 there in Illinois. Oh, damn, dude. That's cold, man. Brutal. Stay warm, man. I'm the only one not cold. Everybody else is cold. Rico is cold. Well, Pearlo, how is it there in Indiana?
Cold, man. For today, anyways, it's got to minus. I think it's, what is it, Fahrenheit like? Like 17 degrees, minus 17 degrees. I'll look up the Fahrenheit. So it's like
Minus
Minus-
17 Celsius?
Oh,
No.
it's 7 degrees Fahrenheit. 7 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's cold, man. Single digits is cold. That Midwest
Yeah.
gets cold. I told you, Perlo, you were gonna get
Only
some
2
cold. when you
days,
were-
and then it's like
Yeah.
it's going to be 25 or
No,
30.
but I'm saying like you're used to it anyway. But I
Yeah.
said you would get some cold weather.
Yeah, at least it's
You
not
know.
every day. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, all Perlo brought from Edmonton was flip flops and swimming trunks. Eh? He's like, all right,
Yeah,
I'm going down south. You know, so it's like,
No.
All right, boys. So Flyers beat the Red Wings in overtime. I watched that game a little bit. Just looked like it was a pretty low event game. Rasmus Ristolainen scored, though. Big article by Matt Larkin on Daily Faceoff about him being kind of a potential big trade target. But I love what Frank Saravelli said. He goes, Rasmus Ristolainen has never moved the needle on any team he's ever been on. And I was like, yeah, that's true, Frank. And I said, but his name is cool. So it's fun to talk about him. Rasmus Ristolainen. He could be we'll go get Rasmus. Just the name sounds like.
Just keep your needle in the middle. You don't want to move it too far one way and too far the other. If you can keep your needle right in the middle of the dial, you're doing all right.
What
I'll
the
tell you
hell
what,
are you talking
I would take him in Edmonton.
If he moves the needle that way, or if he moves
I'm
the needle
saying-
that way, but if he keeps it straight ahead and he keeps a straight line, he just
I think
doesn't.
if you move it into the good, you're fine. I
Well,
don't. I think
I
you
would take
missed
him
that.
I'm talking about the needle of balance.
I think what
Just-
Frank
just
meant
be a
was
balanced player in the
Rasmus
NHL. He's not gonna be
Ristolainen has
flashy,
never
and he's not
done
going to kill you.
bleep
So
all for any team he's ever been on. He's been a non-factor. If anything, he's been a cone with skates on it.
No,
Sometimes-
Okay, well, if you start,
he's wrong. He's wrong. He's not that anymore. He's
yeah,
really
he's not
good.
going to kill you, but he's not going to win you a game. That's a perfect
No, that's
player.
exactly it. I think he won't make a mistake, but he's not going to score you the goal.
Okay, perfect. Bottom six.
Definitely not.
Yeah. No, yeah.
He's a
No,
great- he's a great
Bottom
if
nine.
I was Edmonton, I would be trying to get him.
all over
Because-
it, man. I'd be all
Yeah.
over it.
I think if they got him, and they could figure out how to get rid of Skinner and Kane comes back healthy for them in the playoffs. Watch out, man. Oh, Capitals are about to go on a power play. Thank you, Avi. Still 2-1 Caps, by the way. Anyway, Hurricanes 2-1. I was so impressed with the Hurricanes. They give up the tying goal to Thomas Harley. And Jesper Kotkaniemi scores like 24 seconds later. That we talked about that Pred Sharks game. That was wild. I hope you got a chance to watch that. Rangers stomped the Senators, and they could have won this game by more. They had two or three goals called back on offside review. They won 5-0. Canadians were losing 2. This was a great game. I was paying attention to this one. 2-0 to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they came back and won 3-2 in reg.
Montreal's such a fun team right now. They got an amazing home crowd, the chemistry on the bench within the team, the coach, like everybody's having fun in Montreal.
They've won 13 of 17, 13 of their last 17. They are back in the playoff mix.
And they don't have the suits like in Toronto. The home games in Montreal totally different than home games in Toronto.
Dude,
like,
they feel I got to get to a
there.
game there. That Toronto game on Saturday would have been the game to be at. What a game. They go up 3-0. Reeves tries to fight Jack-Eye. Jack-Eye's like, get out of here, scoreboard, blah, 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 which I get Jack-Eye not fighting. I'm not blaming him. But then Toronto comes back and scores 7 unanswered.
Yeah.
They put up a touchy. That game was wild. I'm glad I was watching it on the NHL Network because I was at a buddy's
Then
house.
Jack-Eye pointed at the scoreboard like, hey, look at the scoreboard. And
Well,
then
I mean,
next thing you know, they get
I thought it was a little over the top what he did, and I heard what Reeves said today. Blah blah blah. If you give a guy a fight, he'll remember it and he'll give you one the next time. Yeah, maybe you need to say that out loud, Ryan Reeves, because none of these kids know anything about fighting. It's clear. So,
For sure, absolutely.
So,
there's a generation gap between fighters in the NHL, and some of the veteran fighters got to set the precedent for these young guys and let them know. But he knows now. You don't wake up the beast. I mean,
dude, and that
on after pointing at the
I agree, Avi. Bell Center is so hyped for playoffs. Wish the fans in 2021 Cup Finals bolts. Yeah, it would have been crazy, man.
Unreal.
They should have had them, man. That's the thing. It just was ridiculous.
Montreal's such a fun city. You got to
That's
experience
almost
Montreal sometime.
Yeah, we got to get there, man. That's
You
gotta
could
be a
walk
trip.
down the street in downtown Montreal in your bathrobe that the hotel provides you with a full beer, and nobody even says nothing to you. I've done it.
I love Philly. I was there when I was 16 for a month in Montreal for a tournament that we were doing, and that was probably my first time I ever got slammed so hard that I couldn't remember the night before.
Yeah,
Cap
next thing you
score,
know, you're in
baby.
Montreal on a men's bachelor party, and they got his belt from his pants tied up with his hands up until the monkey bar above. But hey, we're on PG-13, so
I had team total over 2.5 in Washington in this game. Come on,
Pierre-Luc Dubois. Let's go, baby. Or Lars Eller.
Dubois. Nice.
Yep.
Dubois.
Only 10 shots on goal so far for Washington.
Doobie Woods.
Who gives a shit? I don't care.
I'm saying that's why I took Washington.
Well, Beard had this game on his calendar all year. The Caps beating the Oilers.
I did not. I didn't even know they were playing them. Actually, it kind of snuck up on me. I did not, Rico. Fighting is overrated, yes, but like I think what it is Avi, there's some reasons why you do it and why the fighters fight each other. It's like, hey, this so other guys didn't get nicked up as much. I think one of the reasons you're seeing a lot of the dirty undercut, slew foot stuff is there isn't fighting. We've been saying that there was going to be consequences from not having a lot of fighting in the game, and we're now seeing it. It's a lot of cheap stuff. Like, if, let's just say if the Edmonton Oilers had a quote unquote enforcer, they would have, or at least we'd be seeing this next one, Connor Garland or the enforcer for the Vancouver Canucks fight because of what happened and went down in this thing. So it is what it is. I just think that it does have a place in the game if you use it in the right way. Just fighting to fight is ridiculous. I always thought that was stupid. The obligatory, let's have the fight. I think what happened, that became kind of the norm for a while. I think in the 70s and the 60s and the 50s, there was a reason for it. But then I think a little bit in the 80s and I think a little bit in the 90s, it was, and especially early 2000s, I felt like it was they came, we better show them a fight. Like, this is what makes our game. People want to come see it. And I will admit, fans love it. But fighting for no reason, I think diminished it. I think that
if it was
Edmonton
back
scored.
like in the 70s and 80s, oh shit.
Corey Perry.
Back in like the 70s and 80s, McDavid never would have did that cross check.
Well, like I said, Dave Brown in 1987.
McSorley would have been there to slam heads, and there would have been some retribution there. It never would have happened. Never. You didn't see stars like you said. You didn't see Mario Lemieux doing that because
Wayne Gretzky was not known as a dirty player, man. He didn't. I know the high stick. I know the high stick in Toronto, but obviously he didn't do it on purpose. So it's just one of those things where it like happens. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think of Wayne Gretzky, like, I mean, how many times he won the Lady Bang? Like his last year in the league, he won it. So like he was in class. I mean, he was so good, he didn't have to be cheap. He was just better than everybody else,
He said that himself.
Nobody touched him. He had Semenko, then he had McSorley.
Oh, somebody threw a
touch him. There was a written rule on the ice that
somebody threw a pie on the ice or something, or their nachos. Somebody in Edmonton, class Edmonton, threw nachos on the. They threw nachos. Oh,
scored. What was your problem? Why would you throw that out?
Did they throw the cheese with the nachos? Because that's
I think so.
I think it was just nachos. I could see it, but maybe they didn't get enough cheese with them.
I don't know how they ended up getting it looked like all the chips were in the thing somehow.
Because I get pretty pissed off if I don't get enough cheese in my nachos that game. I'd probably throw it on there too if I had too many.
Dude, weird. I've never seen that. I don't think I've ever seen a food like a beer can or something you've seen, but I don't think I've ever seen the
nacho chip to cheese ratio has been going downhill. It's about time somebody stepped up.
Yeah. Paid $15 for these and I get a thimble full of cheese. Fuck it. Excuse my French. Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Give me.
Yeah. Might be his first game. He doesn't know the nacho to cheese ratio. He had too much to drink. It's
Maybe.
this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just do this.
That's crazy.
Oh,
He's
shit.
probably kicked out now too. I don't even care.
And he's
about
from
it.
Fort Mac, and he's got so much money, and he comes to a game once a year to sit 5 feet from the glass, and he paid $2,000, and
Yeah.
or maybe it was a birthday present, and yeah, that's a first. Hey, maybe he's a TikToker from the States.
I think. Whatever. I've gone over and over.
Whatever. Good
It's
times.
totally, either he is, or they're really doing a good job in making this guy get back in line. I think that's possible because it's weird all this stuff gets leaked like that too.
Yeah.
Dude, I heard today on Chicklets that JT Miller did ask for a trade, but publicly they're saying they didn't.
I heard he's going to New Jersey or Dallas.
I think New Jersey needs him, dude. They're in a bad way. What if they won? They're 2 of their last 9. They're 2-7.
Do it. You got the guns to pull that trade off too.
Dude, Merrick popped up an awesome trade on his channel and on his show, The Sheet. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just try to
I
find
love
it.
how they call the people in the chat the sheet heads for the
Yeah.
show, The Sheet.
I don't know what I feel about that. I kind of am not a fan of it.
Sheet heads?
I'm not. I don't really like it, Rico. I gotta tell you, I'm so sorry.
Bother you?
I don't like it.
What, the sheet
Yeah.
heads? Really?
I don't like the sheetheads.
You don't
I
like
think
the
it's-
people, or you don't like the word?
No, I don't like the name for the. Yeah,
Oh,
I think
Really?
it's
what
stupid.
would you call
Oh,
them?
that's pretty cool.
Full of sheet?
I don't think I would. I don't think I would do.
Wait, sheet head.
I don't think I would do anything.
I guess there's no real name for the game notes chat because Colby and them are all about the chat and the game notes, and there's no real name for a game notes chat. I don't know. Who started the sheetheads? I don't think the show started it, did they? I mean,
No, they didn't. They did not.
no.
They didn't.
I think it just
Somebody in the chat, probably Big Willie Styles, that ADHD.
Canucks.
That dude is so ADHD.
somebody
all
went the
over.
chat GPT route and be like, sheetheads. Sheetheads.
Damn. He had.
I don't know, boys. I thought Logan Thompson was going to pitch a shutout tonight because he's from Calgary. But apparently, he doesn't have a very good record against the Oilers either. He hasn't beaten the Oilers in his career.
Well, but he's
That
played.
was when he was in Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I
Mhm.
think those Vegas Edmonton games have been pretty heated. I feel like since they bounced them and won the Stanley Cup, Edmonton has kind of brought in their A game when they play them. Like, to me, in the West, that's why the year Vegas won, I was like, they're winning. Like, there just was nobody going to compete with them. I saw them play in person twice and was like, they handled the Leafs. I was like, oh, and the Leafs, I thought the Leafs were really good last year. And it was 2 years ago, excuse me. They were good last year. They're good this year, man.
Giuseppe with his first goal of the year for Vancouver.
Oh, nice.
Giuseppe's slim crust pepperoni.
So we're 1-1 there. That's his first of the season, huh? See, he's in because Myers is out and he scores. See how it works sometimes? I feel like sometimes these teams have a lot more depth and it's starting to get that way again, guys, because there's so much talent. Like I'm hearing about like all the talent in the AHL. I'm hearing the guy that replaced Dustin Wolf for Calgary is 6'5" and he's got like a 945 save percentage right now for their
That's
team.
why Vladar would be an excellent trade.
They're getting rid of Vladar, buddy. They're gonna and Valaket said today on Kipper and Bourne that this dude moves like Dustin Wolf. Which, if you haven't seen Dustin Wolf, by the way, he's gonna win. He could win the Calder.
Dustin Wolf's got the moves like Mick Jagger. He's got the moves.
I mean, he's fast and net though, man. Like he looks good. Like, and look, Calgary's still in a playoff spot, so Anyway, don't count them out. All right. Well, we can't go on forever. We've been going on for 40 minutes. Like I said, we have huge news to go on this weekend, but let's review tomorrow's games. It's a TNT Wednesday. We got 4 games on the slate. Bruins Devils. That is an NHL Network game. NHL Network. Ooh, shoot. There's only one TNT game, and that's Panthers Kings. That's the only one they're doing. And that's a back-to-back for the Panthers. So Bruins Devils. Go ahead, Rico.
It's the big bad Bruins against little old Devils that have lost, 3 or 4 in a row. Boston's coming off a win. Of course, it's
Boston's plus 160. Boston's the dog.
Sneaky spot. The thing is, Boston was at home against the Lightning at Florida, home against the Lightning, at Ottawa, home against Sharks, at Devils. A little bit of a wicked travel spot. Then they're going back home for a couple.
Devils need a good game. Apparently the flu's going around for them. I mean, that's no excuse, but if you have a bad flu, it's easy to go sub 500. And they've been playing like
bad travel spot for the Bruins. I don't know. They're already in New Jersey, so it's not like a back-to-back or anything, but
yeah.
I don't know.
I know why the Bruins are considered the dog.
Tough call.
Yeah,
I'll take the Devils. Money aside,
Devils.
I'd just take the Devils. They need a win here.
Pearlo.
I'm checking it out, but that's an under game all day. Neither one of those teams can score. So,
Do you got your light on?
Devils are minus
No, you're the
190.
desk light I got you.
Yes, I do. I have it on. Yeah.
Oh,
Right
man.
on my
Move it.
I like
move it a
Pearlo's
little
under. I like Pearlo's
There you
under take more than anything.
When you were a little closer, your face was a little clear. The further back you are, I don't know. We'll
It's the
figure it out
Undertaker.
because now you're too close.
Pearlo's
So-
an Undertaker.
Yeah,
Under.
I was just okay. All right.
Yeah.
Blue Jackets, Maple Leafs. The Blue Jackets need to show me they can win some games on the road here. I don't know, man. Toronto, I wasn't liking how they're playing, but they had a pretty good game this weekend. What are you thinking, Rico? I'm not touching this one.
I don't like it. Toronto's too heavily favored, and you know what happens.
Yeah, I would put money on the Blue Jackets or I wouldn't touch this. Yeah. And when they're heavily favored, they usually lay an egg, right? Is what you're saying?
The Jackals should just come in Toronto, and I'll be looking at goal props for maybe guys from Columbus tomorrow that are from the area in the city. They're probably gonna have some fans in the crowd, so just keep an eye on the goal props tomorrow for Beard's video in the afternoon.
Yeah. Okay. Pearlo, what about you?
Yeah, it's a crappy game, but like you said, Columbus can't win on the road. You got Carolina right after that. I have a feeling Toronto wins, but just give me the over. I think that'll
Give me the over too. Yeah, Pearlo, good call on the over. Both teams are top 10 in the league in scoring.
Yeah, give me the
Bobby
over.
likes 3-2 Leafs in overtime. All right. Well, all right. Okay, and you guys like the over.
I won't bet it. I won't bet it.
Jets Avalanche. He won't bet it. Okay. Jets Avalanche. You man.
Holy moly. This is
The
going to be
Jets-
a spot of them.
Jets have been they kind of got beat up by an really undermanned wild team. Like I don't know, man. I just haven't been.
I had
Jets
Utah
haven't been-
in that game. I have Winnipeg in this game. I think they were just looking ahead to Colorado. Colorado's who they want, and Colorado who they want to beat. And I don't like the way Colorado's playing right now, so I'm taking Winnipeg.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but Colorado
Biggest
bounced
Colorado
right back
loss.
after.
They just lost, and that was a bad loss to the Minnesota Wild at home that last game. So I think
It was a bad
Colorado
loss.
might have-
Oh, here
Was
it
it?
is.
It was.
Here it is.
If you're
It
on
is-
Colorado, I'm on
this
Winnipeg.
is-
You know what we
this
do?
is
We
what-
draw-
This
we
is
draw-
Nachos the puck from
No way.
Dmitry Filipovich. So there was nachos on in the puck.
Yeah,
So I don't know if
that
the
guy
nachos-
definitely was missing cheese in his nachos, and the usher said, "I'm not giving you your money back." And he's like, "I'm going to burn this mother down, or I'm throwing the nachos on the ice." And he said, "You can do whatever you want."
You think that's what went down, Rico?
That's what would happen if I drank a little bit too much and I spent my first hockey game, and I'm working Fort Mac.
How much
and
do you
I work
think
hard for my
nachos?
money.
How much do you think
Those are probably $18 nachos, and like Pearlo said,
$18? That's not
probably. And you probably got a spitball of cheese on those nachos, and he was like, "Screw this."
He was probably drinking on an empty stomach too, on top of it. So he was like really pissed.
Oh, he needed the cheese, and it wasn't there.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
R.I.P. nachos.
Yeah, this is gonna be a story, man. I mean, especially because I think they scored a goal as they were thrown on there, which actually should have resulted in a penalty.
Maybe it was a captain fan that
this was a whole other dimension. The play actually continued and a goal got scored.
Dude, I just showed you the picture where the puck was being shot at the goal and the nachos were on the ice at the same time.
I know, but the goal went in?
They scored.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe it's a
Nacho Gate. Hashtag Nacho Gate.
I don't know, man. Like
hashtag Nacho Gate.
It's Nacho Gate.
It's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corey Perry scored like a second later. I don't think it had anything to do with the goal, but it is odd that there were nachos on the ice. That's a check from behind. How is that not a penalty? Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I'm still watching the Buffalo Vancouver game. I'll put it over.
Oh, is that tied?
Give me the Colorado Avalanche at home. Bad showing last game. I think this is.
Vancouver just scored.
It's gonna be a good
Pettersson.
game.
As soon as Pettersson, sweet. I got Pettersson.
Yeah, Vancouver just scored Pettersson. Okay, what were you saying, Rico? Sorry.
No, I'll take the Avalanche. Bad loss against the Wild in their last game.
Yeah,
they're waiting for the Jets here.
Yeah, they got to put it together. And I haven't been a fan of the Jets or the Avs play, but
so, Jets
on plus money.
When you take one side, I take the other. We take the draw, so we'll take the draw.
Yeah. Panthers Kings is your TNT Max game of the week. That is a 10 Eastern. Again, this is tomorrow. Dude, I don't want to bet against the Kings. I just feel like they had a 9-game home win streak. They get home to the devastation. I thought for sure they would beat the pants off the Penguins, but that story that came out that Dubas is going to do a fire sale, and we know who's not getting traded, but I just think it lit a fire under them, and LA had just caught up to them. So I actually like LA in this. Pearlo, go ahead.
I was just who's in net today for Florida?
For Bosky.
Yeah, okay. So it'll be Spencer Knight versus Darcy Kemper. Darcy Kemper, by the way, is second in the NHL in goals against this year. Second. Yeah. He's done. So it's been awesome because Dubois has been great for the Caps and Kemper's been great for the Kings. And then in the Chychrun for Nick Jensen trade, Nick Jensen's been really good for he was not bad tonight for the Ottawa Senators. He was noticeably good. That you couldn't say that about a lot of Senators tonight. Maybe he didn't go out on the rookie party. I don't know. So anyway, Rico, who do you like? Panthers, Kings?
Yeah, it's just such an LA spot that the Panthers could just come out and win a low-scoring game here. So I'll take the under here, but LA should be winning this game just with the fact that Florida's still on the ice right now. LA's at home.
Yeah.
They got their starter. It's Florida's backup, but this is a kind of game that can just propel Florida and just be like,
yeah, they need to win a couple in a row. They've actually not played very well, and but Johnny Lazarus tweeted out something about the Rangers being like 23-20 this time, and that was what Florida was this time last year, and they went on to win the Cup. So, they just know what they got to work on, and I know they haven't really changed their game. Bob's been a little bit mid for them, and like Avi says, Spencer
don't underestimate the Rainy Cup chance on the road when they get tested.
Yeah.
Like it's like they feel against Anaheim tonight, the Stanley Cup champion on the road against a team like Anaheim. They're not tested tonight. They're not going to bring their A game, but they might bring their A game in LA tomorrow.
Well, let me tell you this too. I felt like this definitely with the Caps. I can't say about any other team because I've never really experienced it before. But the year after we won the Cup, I felt like we got everybody's best shot, and I'm like, good. We've been in the playoffs for ever, and we're just in playoff mode and we know how to play and let's go. And then we lost in 7 to Carolina, but I think if we got the finals, we could have won again, because that team was sharp, man. They never were any blowouts. They were always in close games. I haven't seen Florida in too many games where they're beating the pants off somebody. I'll tell you, the Caps, they haven't made it easy. They've only had a few games where they've really gotten on top of a team, and it's usually late in a game, which I like. Like, I'd love to see them get a quick goal here against Edmonton, but, it's definitely one of those things where Florida's realizing you're going to get everybody's best shot when you're the Cup champ. They're going to be like, we're going to win the Stanley Cup tonight because we're playing the Cup champ. So you better be ready. And I think a lot of teams, it catches them off guard. I think Tampa got lucky because of the bubble, and then they were fresh, and it wasn't as long, and that didn't wear them out, and then they went again. But I think, when they went to the third time, really they should have got beat in the first round by Toronto. So they really should have made it. But they did. There was nobody else there. And if Toronto would have beat them, Rico, you're probably in the finals. Even if you don't win, you're probably in the finals.
I don't live in the past, man.
I think Toronto and Colorado would have been one of the best finals ever, though.
It's all about the future in the Toronto GTA. It's
so,
we're dealing with the Blue Jays here right now. We're dealing with the Buffalo Bills. My heart.
I just saw the Blue Jays sign like 4
Ravens.
dudes. I saw the Blue Jays just spent like $50 million. What are we talking about?
I know. My heart stopped when Buffalo was playing the Ravens. Like, oh my God, the Ravens didn't even punt it in the second half. We have to turn it over twice. It's like, oh my God. Pearlo tried calling me too to talk NHL. I'm like, not now. I shut my phone off. I couldn't eat. It was just like, oh my God.
I was rooting for the Ravens.
Man, it's like, oh.
Yeah, nothing against Buffalo, man. Nothing against you. I know half of Canada roots for Buffalo. I just was rooting for the Ravens, man, because I didn't want to see the narrative that Lamar can't play, because I think he's very good. But
dude, honestly, if it wasn't them against Buffalo, I'd be rooting for Lamar too.
So I'll tell you the two things that everybody were talking about on U.S. Sports Radio this week since we've been back. Mahomes is a flopper. The NFL is fixed for the Chiefs. Mahomes is in bed with the refs. It's Mahomes is a bitch. And then Lamar
Andy Reid bent over on his knees, like at the same height as the referee's genitals. Like, there's so much stuff going around. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all over the place. So it's like, oh my God, I'm so sick of it. I don't even want to watch them play Buffalo.
I know.
Because I know I'll just get pissed off the first moment that dude flops like he was shot.
And it's the worst thing is you're at home and it's uncontrollable. All you can do is yell. All you can do is go to social media. All you can do is just have these different outs for your anger, and there's nothing you can do about it. And everybody sees it. And nobody can do nothing about it. And it is what it is. That's the way it plays out. And it's like anything it's like when the Toronto Blue Jays won the World Series in 90, 91, 92, or 92, 93. Like, they just have to beat odds as well too. And like, teams have to do it when there's a narrative and people think that there's a narrative and there may be a narrative. You just got to overcome it. And it's just one more little thing you got to do better than the other.
I like the Bills
and the Bills did it against Baltimore, man. Baltimore should have won that game all day long. But
Bills Mafia
Buffalo
all day.
And the refs can't turn the ball over for another team, so you just gotta hope the gods are with you.
I don't think there was anything controversial in that. That win. I mean, I think Buffalo got a little lucky that Mark Andrews dropped that.
You gotta have a bit of a turnover game. Like, they never punted the ball once in the second half. I mean,
dude, craziness. And Lamar had the really bad fumble. The interception, I think the receiver ran the wrong route, but I mean, I didn't put that one on him. I looked like the receiver was supposed to just go on a fly.
I'm wasn't there. Buddy. Let's go. Bills, Eagles, Super Bowl.
Oh no. Commanders all the way.
I'm good with Commanders too. I like the underdog.
You know why I want that? It's a rematch.
Jimmy Daniels.
It's a rematch.
Oh, is that the wide right?
No, the Bills played the Giants first, and then they played the Washington Redskins in the Super Bowl the next year with Mark Rippon, and they lost that game too. And many think they should have won that game. And then they played those juggernaut Cowboy teams that had like 7 Hall of Famers on it. That's like ridiculous.
Buffalo went to the Super Bowl.
But Buffalo, by the way, had like Thurman Thomas should be in the Hall of Fame if he's not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jim Kelly is in the Hall of Fame, deserves it. Marv Levy, the coach, was in the Hall of Fame. Bruce Smith, the defensive end, was in the Hall of Fame. I think Andre Reed and one of the other guys on that team.
Okay, you're losing our hockey chat here now.
I'm saying Redskins Bills would be cool. But I want Eagles. Yeah. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good on the Eagles with Saquon, man. The Giants fans have had enough pain.
Oh, yeah. That's why Beard doesn't like Saquon.
Yeah.
Barkley,
Screw the Eagles
pick
this year.
that went to the Giants. And
I don't
decided not
hate
to do anything
Saquon.
there.
So let me just say this right now, and we'll say it. We'll talk a little football. Saquon Barkley should not have re-signed with the Giants. Not because the Giants weren't going to pay him. He got a little bit more money. It wasn't that much more to go with the Eagles. The Eagles have an offensive line. They have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. They have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. That's why they're where they're at. Their quarterback is what's holding them back. So, and he's very good athlete.
Get a Jaden Daniels. All you need is a Jaden Daniels in the draft. There's one out there.
Jaden Daniels is a baller. He can play.
Just got to draft the right QB, man, and everything turns around.
I'll be honest with you. I think Caleb Williams is going to be a really good quarterback in this league. I think Drake May is going to be a really good quarterback in this league, and I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be a good quarterback in this league. So I think we're going to look back at that draft class and go, that was a special draft class with 4 quarterbacks that could play. Yeah. I was the one who made me the most nervous was Drake May, and then when I saw him this year, I was like, no, he fixed a lot of the problems that I was like concerned with. So I don't know, man. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this Edmonton. I can't imagine Edmonton's gonna go too much longer without an empty net. Ovi's out there. So maybe they're trying to hoping that they're gonna pull the goalie, trying to get a late goal. What happened? When somebody's phone go off, or is that mine? No, that's mine. Sorry.
2 minutes left. Yeah. Come on. I need Malins. I need McMichael to get a point. I got him over 1.5 points at plus 815. He's already about.
I don't know. I don't think so, Avi.
Oops.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
Oh no, I guess they did.
They did get a few.
I guess they did.
Well, the good thing about that is.
Oh my God, dude! Fucking dive. Like, dude falls away from him, and give him. Jeff Skinner is a diver. That's a dive call. What a dive call, man. Absolute dive. Get out of here with that garbage. What a dive.
He wrapped his arm around him, though. He probably played it.
Dude, get out of here with that. He's going the other way, and the guy falls. Give me a break. Dive. That's the second dive they've called tonight. What a divey ass call. You should know that's right up Jeff Skinner's alley, too, man.
He played it up for sure. No doubt.
Dude, it was a Avi. Come on, man. That was a
You got to call that, though. You have no choice. You got to call that. The way the rules are called now, you got to call it. He wrapped his arm around him.
I mean, they should have called embellishment. I would have been okay.
I think they should call embellishment all game long. If they call embellishment the way I want to call it,
it's empty net. It's an empty net. Like, I'm not like the Caps still have a chance. This actually benefits the Caps because if they get a hold of the puck,
they don't have to ice it now. They can shoot it.
Yeah, they can just sling it up the every time. So this sort of benefits them. They should be a little bit aggressive here.
Now that McMichael's not on the ice, though, so that pisses me off.
Well, I don't think he's a regular penalty killer. Pearl.
No, he's not. But I have him get over 1.5 points, so I would have rather it stayed 5-on-5. McMichael got a point on it.
Dude, get the puck and get it out. What are we doing? Get it out of the zone. Get it out of the zone. Damn, man. Get it out of the freaking zone, man. Yes, now they've got it out of the zone. Good. We can get a line change. Okay. I'm not worried now. 55 seconds, fresh legs. They're good for the rest of the game. You're not going to make another line change. You got Protoss. You got your longer, deeper. You got Wilson. You got the bigger bodied.
I got a Protoss scoring prop.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah,
Good.
and he's out there.
Good. Protest with the empty netter. At least one of us gets it.
Oh, right through the crease, man. I think Draisaitl just had a pass right through the crease, 26 seconds.
You want to see OT, Arden? I don't.
10, 20 seconds left. Don't spoil for me if you're ahead of me a little bit.
No, you're ahead of us. You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me.
Because it's in Edmonton, I'm probably getting a quicker feed. Yeah. Do 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, baby. Yeah, love it. Caps win, bitch. Let's go.
I got him plus 130.
Yeah. I mean, dude, you got to take advantage. Connor McDavid's out. You got to win the game.
Yeah, I got team total over and the win for a full unit. Nice. Sweet. Looking good.
Love it. Love it. Let's go, Caps. Anyway, congrats, Oilers. You're still really good. Only 2 more games. I thought Oilers played good enough to maybe get a point out of it, but I like it.
Thompson rocks, man.
Yeah. I wished I could find this trade from Merrick. All right. I'm not going to find it, I don't think. What did he show? Greg Wyshynski, and I'm just missing it.
Ristolainen is on the...
Oh, it's the wrong day.
They are taking offers for Risto. I think Dallas. Look for Dallas for that. They miss Hakanpää. They miss Tam.
Dallas could use any D, man. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I got it. Okay, before we get off, let me see. I want to get you guys' opinion. I loved this. I thought this was whoa. What? Why isn't it? All right, well, let me move it over here then. See if that. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is what he had. Canucks acquire Bowen Byram, Ryan McLeod, and James Reimer. Sabres acquire Simone Nemec, Dawson Mercer, and Thomas Tatar. Devils acquire JT Miller and retain salary by Buffalo for Sam Lafferty. So I like this. I think this would be a good trade for everybody involved. Byram would be a good fit in Vancouver. McLeod would be a nice fit there too with their speed. They would also get a center to replace JT Miller that's younger and fits maybe more their timeline. James Reimer, nice veteran D, just goalie to have in the system. Sabres get a really good right shot D, up and comer, and Simone Nemec, exactly what they need. Dawson Mercer, great secondary scoring. Tomas Tatar, veteran leadership guy, can pot you some goals, 20-goal guy. And then the Devils get the third line center that they really need, JT Miller, and then Sam Rafferty. I like it. You don't think Dawson Mercer's doing much on the Sabres? Okay, yeah, but I think if you're the Sabres, you might do that deal. I don't know, man. I like the Simone Nemec, man. I think you do it for Simone Nemec, honestly. I think Dawson Mercer, if he works out, if he doesn't, or if he's still young enough, you can turn that into another guy. I think you can turn that into another top six winger. You could also, like, Brock Besser is probably going to be a free agent. Anyway, we'll close the show on this. What do you guys think of this? Would you do it? What do you like? What would you tweak? Go ahead, Rico.
I would if I was Vancouver. I don't mind that deal. I think Ryan McLeod inserted with Bowen Byram when we were talking about Byram the other day for JT Miller. We needed another buffer there from Buffalo. So I think Reimer provides backup in case Demko gets his injury back or it lingers a little bit. It just adds a little bit of a veteran presence if you happen to make a run towards the playoffs. So
to play devil's advocate on this real quick, if I would, the only reason I wouldn't do this if I'm New Jersey is you aren't trying to rush. You don't really need to be in a rush. So Mo Nemec is definitely a part of your future. You're going to want him on your top pairing or top four.
I think the winners at the top, the second place finisher is in the second, and the one that loses is the third. The Devils is the one that loses in all this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do too. I definitely do. I think if you're the Devils, this would be a rush move. Now, the one thing I would say is maybe you change, to get money out, instead of the Sam Lafferty thing, maybe Timo Meier is a part of it and you get Brock Besser back too. Maybe you add that in. You get rid of – I think Meier hasn't been that good for them. I think a change of scenery might do him some good too. I think he's locked in a decent number for Vancouver, and then they get him for additional years. They're getting out from the JT Miller deal, which it seems like they all want to get out of it. So it's so weird to me because these deals just got signed. It's like, talk about buyer's remorse. Anyway, Pearlo, you get the final thoughts on this, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern.
I'm trying to process it. So Juracek goes to Buffalo.
Juracek isn't on the thing.
Or not Juracek. What's his name?
David Juracek.
Nemec
goes to the Sabres along with Dawson Mercer and Tomas Tatar. It's right there on the screen, bro.
Oh, sorry. You put it up there?
Yeah, you can't see?
No, I was looking at something. Bowen, Byron, and McLeod.
I just assume you were seeing the screen that we were all seeing.
Mercer.
Okay, we're good, dude. This is a good way to end the show, actually. Pearlo is like a child. He's lost in the woods. He didn't even know where we were. All right. Hey, Rico, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Have a good one, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern. Peace.